Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is really special because we are going on a tour with Waltland. Behind me is our stand. We're waiting for our bus. We are going on a bus tour with the one and only Bob Gurr. I'm so excited for this tour. It has been a bucket list item. It only happens about once a month here in LA. So come with me as we go on a bus tour all around Los Angeles and explore and learn some history about Disney through Bob Gurr's eyes. Come with me and enjoy. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that red subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Come on with me.
The story of Walt's life is truly an amazing one. Been ordered from Pacific Ready Cut Homes, a kit company based in Los Angeles. Ordered out of a mail order catalog and shipped to the site via train or truck, typically arriving in about 12,000 pieces.
This is Walt's house, and that's Roy's house. They're very similar design. Studio buddies, they got the help, and I'm sure there was a lot of free labor.
Okay guys, so here at the house, what I've learned on this tour so far is, again, the houses are very similar, but what I learned is that it's basically IKEA for houses. The houses came in 12,000 pieces and they put them together. Walt and Roy's mother was actually an architect, so of course it was only fitting that they build these houses when they moved to Los Feliz.
This building looks very different for something in California. This is called Collegiate Gothic. It's very typical of the eastern part of the United States. So to have a building like this is kind of a rarity here. Do you recognize any of this? You ever seen this in a movie? Oh yeah, this had been used to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Nightmare on Elm Street, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
All right, our second stop on the tour. Awesome, beautiful architecture that we are admiring here in Los Angeles, but beautiful, also a lot of celebrities. Leonardo DiCaprio went to high school here. Very cool.
It was then that Walt changed the name to Walt Disney Studios and built the first ever large-scale studio dedicated to the production of animated films. Birthplace of Oswald the Rabbit, Mickey Mouse, the Silly Symphonies, and Walt's greatest achievement at the time, the world's first feature-length animated film, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
This whole little shopping center here, the studio kept changing all the time. There was a need for more and more and more space. Walt kept adding things to it. In fact, one of the earlier years, over in this way, there was a cute little cabin that had little mouse ears and the shutters and everything. When I lived up on the top of the hill down here, this was kind of my shopping area, doing my laundry and all that kind of stuff here. So it was very interesting. These parallel stories all mesh here in this park.
And who would have thought that a grocery store parking lot was actually the site of Hyperion Studios, the studio that Walt came up with the idea and I engineered, designed Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It's incredible that there's just history all over the place.
This is very typical of the duplexes that were built in the 20s and the 30s in the Los Angeles area. Today we call this themed architecture, but that's kind of a Walt Disney term that showed up after Disneyland opened. This building's never been touched. The people that own it and take care of it, it's so interesting. It's actually Scottish architecture. It's one of those little interesting things about California and Walt Disney. This still lives here literally untouched.
Perhaps one of the most iconic stops on our tour is the Griffith Park Carousel. Built in 1926, originally constructed by Spillman Engineering for the San Diego Expo from 1933 to 1935.
All right guys, we are back in Griffith Park and we are at the famous merry-go-round. You can hear the music and guess what? We are all gonna ride it. So fun to get to experience the merry-go-round with Bob Gurr. Of course, this is where Walt took his daughters and spent his Saturday afternoons sitting on a park bench, and this is where he came up with the idea of Disneyland. I can't wait to ride this and show you guys the beautiful, intricate details of this gorgeous merry-go-round. All right, here we go. on. I'm having more fun than the kids on this ride.
All right, right about here, right about there, there was a little green bench, which is down at Disneyland now. Did you all see the replica bench over here dedicated to Diane Disney? That's a very nice thing over there. But this didn't have a fence around it back in the 30s. My mother would bring my sister, myself over here, as I mentioned before. I had no idea that the two girls on the horses in front of me that I could never catch were Diane and Sharon. Because Diane our age is about the same. I knew her for years and years and years. But supposedly the story was Walt would bring him here because he only lived over the hill here, wondering why aren't there clean amusement parks anywhere. And those first thoughts showed up in the mid-late 30s. Well, I'll build one someday. And those thoughts were here as he was watching them. He brought him here all the time because it was such a favorite thing. So this is a very hallowed ground here. So you want to make sure that you see this, know right where this was. Whenever you see that bench down at Disneyland, you'll know where it came from. But the fact that an entire worldwide industry of theme parks and Disneyland started in the 30s, and it started right here. So this is the most hallowed ground if you'll ever tramp in your entire life. That was the start of everything.
Of operations was a quaint red barn that Walt built as a replica of one from the Disney farm in Marceline, Missouri. The Carrollwood barn served as his workshop, and he spent many hours here building miniatures and model trains. Many of Walt's personal items and tools are on display, and he even handmade all of the workbenches.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Make sure the stickers on you as long as you're on the property.
Hey guys, so we have just made another stop. We are here back in Griffith Park at the Carrollwood Pacific. Here is Walt Disney's barn. We are going to get to go inside. We have a train conductor as well. We're so excited to go inside the barn. Do you absolutely love it? Yes!
We love it. The birthplace of Imagineering.
Oh.
Come on down.
Yes. All right, guys, let's go get in line. It's busy. They're only open on Sundays, right?
That's right, the third Sunday of each month.
All right.
And in the summertime, the first and third Sundays.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's go check it out. I can't wait to explore it. Come on. We just got out of the barn, and my goodness, so many awesome artifacts inside. I really loved seeing the breakdown of how much it cost to put the Carrollwood Pacific Railroad in his backyard. That was a lot of fun. So many great things to see inside. I can't wait to continue on to the tour.
This was, as we know, an airport at one time. This was basically the runway of the airport. 1401, the main headquarters of Imagineering. If you turn and look behind me at that ugly colored building, that is the backside of 1401. Literally, this entire neighborhood is Walt Disney Imagineering. Stop and think. This company has grown so massively. The biggest structure in town is the parking garage. In some of these buildings, how many of you know that as the colors of the Walt Disney Studio? When we go by the studio, you'll see the original studio. Those are the original colors that Walt picked out. Has that nice kind of a brick color, the terracotta, the green and the yellow. If you see one of these colors as we drive around here, that means it's a Walt Disney Company building. You'll also notice the other clue is as you go to Disneyland, you see an oval name tag. These buildings have names. They have employee numbers on them. Those are not addresses. Those are employee cast member. That's our numbers here. In 1980, my office was in the ground floor, the last window on the right. Stop and think of the connection I've had with that building. All of those years, at the time being a little kid, sneaking into it, getting in trouble, coming over. My father would bring me over when there was aviation events. And then I had friends who used to fly an old Cessna out of here. And that was my office. The upstairs is a world headquarters of D23. That's what that's there. If you want to know where D23 is, so there's all this historic connection with this building. So every time I visit this, it's a rather strong set of emotions to watch this. So this is sort of the last example of the two stories. I think are parallel stories today, and they're still connected, especially around Grand Central Air Terminal. The very famous DreamWorks. So what a lot of people don't know, all those DreamWorks characters, they share the same street with Walt Disney Imagineering. Oh, ABC. Santa says this is their place. A beautiful studio in there. I did a program in there years ago. Extremely secret place there. It takes quite a bit of credential checking to let you in here. Grand Central Creative Campus Gate 3. Sort of the main entrance where all the employees come in there. Last stop, relaxed stop here. Part of the ink and paint, cutting, audio, all that kind of stuff for films. Building, the taller building with the beautiful utility buildings up on the top, that's the animation building. You can see there's a corner there that has a big square light. That on the top floor, that's where Walt's office was. He had three offices. He had the formal office, the working office, and then he had a little private office where the grandchildren would come in there in the afternoons and everybody have a good time before he went home. Formal office and the working office a couple of years ago was completely restored back to literally exactly the way it was on the last day that Walt was there. For me, it was a very eerie place to walk in and see something I vividly remember being in the working office. So I'm way over on front left, column number 1. I have a terrific address over there.
Here we are at our last stop, Walt Disney Studios. The bus has dropped us off right here at the side of the road, and you can peer into the courtyard where they have the Disney legends. Our tour guide, Bob, is his handprints are right in there where I got to see earlier when I went to the studios. Got to check out all of the campus. It's actually really cool. Even though we can't go inside today on this tour, we get to peer in here and see from his point of view and perspective. So it's just really incredible to hear all of his knowledge and his experience. So I'm really enjoying it, and I can't soak up enough knowledge. All right, guys, we just got off of the amazing tour. I absolutely loved it, and I wanted to introduce you guys to Ernie, who's going to tell you where you can get one of these awesome tours.
Yeah, if you're interested in taking Bob's tour, we do it every third Sunday of the month. You can go to waltland.com for more information. It's a 5-hour tour. It includes lunch at the Gene Autry Heritage Museum, and we do about maybe 5 or 6 stops where we actually get off the bus. And Bob's great because he has so many personal stories of Walt Disney that you're not going to find anywhere else.
Exactly.
And then if you want more information on upcoming events that Bob's doing, you can go to fandomproductions.com and see all that, what we have coming up next year or this year.
Perfect. I absolutely loved it, guys. The nuggets of knowledge that you get on this tour is incredible. Just being with him, experiencing it through his eyes, highly recommend. Loved it. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.